Hey guys, so I just want to make a quick video on talk about motivation, because it's probably one of the biggest questions that I get asked on social media. And I made a video, or I made a Periscope, sorry, talking about this. And so a short little story. About 2 weeks ago, I met a guy that was, he messaged me on Instagram, and I had made a post about me and my dogs, and I own 2 Dutch Shepherds. And he was like, "Hey man, those are Dutch Shepherds." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's cool that you know what they are, because not too many people know what they are." And he's like, "Yeah, I have a Belgian Malinois mixed with a Dutch Shepherd." So it's usually, those dogs are usually used for military and policing and stuff like that. So I was like, "Hey," I'm like, "are you in the military, or are you policing or anything like that?" And he had told me that he was a Navy SEAL actually. So I was like, "Oh, that's badass, man." So we started talking on social media and stuff like that, and I gave him my number, we were texting and whatnot. And then leading up to the Olympia, which was just this past weekend, he had shot me a message, but I didn't have any data because I'm from Canada and I was in the States. So I didn't get the message until I was at the Starbucks in the Las Vegas Convention Center, and my Wi-Fi kicked in. And he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "I'm at the convention center, do you want to meet up?" I was like, "Yeah." So he came in, he met me in Starbucks, and we chatted for a bit, and I met his wife. She was a nice lady, and so we chatted for a bit, and then we kind of parted ways, and I was at a booth talking to a friend of mine, and it turns out that my friend is actually his friend, and we had a mutual friend. So we started chatting a bit more, and we got to talk about that, and he started telling me that I was asking about like some of the stuff that he had done, because he was in good shape. He was a pretty jacked dude. And he's like, "Oh, we do a lot of CrossFit stuff and a lot of like team training and whatnot, obviously, because they need to have a team mentality." So he was telling me that like he had to get a spine transfusion because the impacts from all the plane jumps and stuff like that, and the rucksacks, those are those military backpacks that you see them carrying. They're about 40 or 50 pounds, so they're humping or they're hiking and stuff like that all day, and just the shock from the weight of that was compressing the spine, and it does a lot of damage and a lot of wear and tear on your body. So I was like, "Wow, man, like that's nuts." I'm like, "So are you gonna get the spine transfusion?" He's like, "No, they told me that there's a risk that I can't do my job and I would have to be medically discharged." And he was telling me how passionate he was, and he's like, "I don't know what the fuck I would do if I can't do my job and be a SEAL." So he just grinds it out. He just fucking trains every day, works through the pain, and that mentality, just talking to him was getting me fired up to go work out. So he pulls out this coin out of his pocket, and I have it with me right here. It's I don't know if you can see it. It's a SEAL Team 10 coin. It's got an eagle and a trident on the back, and then their team's insignia. But so he pulls out this coin. He's like, "Hey, do you want this?" And my father was in the JTF, and he was in the Canadian Airborne Regiment, and they have a similar thing. It's called a coin challenge. And so I kind of knew a little bit about the coin challenge, but not too much. And he was telling, and certainly something not that takes this much discipline and dedication to achieve or to get onto that team, and then to have him offer to give me this coin just blew my mind. I honestly didn't know what to say. So I was like, "Man, like, are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely." He's like, "Can I get a picture with you?" And about 3 seconds before he asked to get a picture with me, I was going to ask him to get a picture with him, because he's a hell of a lot more inspirational. Like, who the fuck am I? I'm just a dude that works out, and I post some random shit on social media and stuff like that. So obviously I wanted to get a picture with him, because this is a dude that's a badass dude. He puts his body through hell. He's pretty much the epitome of motivation to me. And he puts his life on the line to defend the country's like freedom. He's obviously from the States and I'm from Canada, but I still, growing up with my father being in the military, I had nothing but the utmost respect for the military men and women that serve their countries. So anyway, sorry, I was getting off topic. So he gives me this coin, and we started bullshitting, and we tried to get together to train, but our schedules didn't really line up. We couldn't collaborate anything. But we're still going to stay in touch. He's a wicked dude. Yeah, definitely a badass. So I'm going to try to hook up with him in the future. So he gives me this coin. I've been holding on to this coin for probably 4 days now. I haven't really taken it out of my pocket. And a lot of people ask me about motivation. And I can't tell you how to motivate yourself because everybody's different. If I personally know you, I can relate things to you. Like say, I know a girl that you're interested in. I know she likes guys with big chests or nice abs or something like that. I can like tell you, oh hey, maybe Stephanie, maybe you should go train chest 2 more times. Like, what would Stephanie think? Or do you think Stephanie will like that? Or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're trying to get onto a police force or something, and you have to pass a physical fitness test to get on to the next stage of the recruitment. Whatever it may be, it's going to be different for every person. So I can't personally answer that, how to motivate you. You have to figure out what you love and what's going to drive you to that next step. Tonight I was training legs, and legs is fucking hard. I put them through hell, and I was about 3/4 of the way through my exercise or my training, and I had 2 more exercises left. I had to do squats and I had to do leg press. Obviously those are pretty much the hardest exercises, and I always save those to the end. And I was like, man, like fuck, I'm sore. I'm sore as fuck. Like maybe I'll just do like a light workout and I'll just call it quits for the night. And then for whatever reason, this fucking coin popped into my head, and I was like, what am I thinking? Like, this dude is a fucking badass. I guarantee he would jump at the bit to not have to climb a fucking hill on a 90 or on a super steep pitch with a 60 or 70 pound rucksack with ammunition and a rifle. He would jump at the opportunity to do 2 sets of fucking squats. So I'm over here being a little bitch, complaining about that or thinking about quitting. And this coin is an amazing motivational tool for me, and I can't thank the man enough for meeting him and him sharing his story with me, let alone giving me this coin. I definitely will hold on to it, and I won't ever lose it. But there's always going to be something and somebody that has it worse off than you. So if you can't find what's going to motivate you, try to put yourself in somebody else's position. There's always somebody worse off than you. So that's how you're going to stay motivated. Find what motivates you and what's going to allow you to keep driving for that 1 extra rep, that 1 extra set, and fucking kill it. I just want to share that story with you guys. Yeah, thanks a lot for all the support, and peace.